Every year I think millions of people want to be entrepreneurs, and what's crazy is that most people talk themselves out of it. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too whatever, right? But let's look at this too young category. Is it possible that that's just a complete myth? And I know that it is, because I want to introduce you to a gentleman who part-time spare time while working his corporate career has decided to start a business. And why is this important? Because in this new economy, people doing something for themselves just makes sense. And I've known this gentleman for years, and to see his growth and his development has been truly amazing. And so I want to introduce you because I want you to understand the thinking shift that has to happen for you to go from plan to actually do. Please help me welcome Mr. Mario Perry. Mr. Perry, how are you, sir?
Sir, I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I see we're both outside enjoying this beautiful day. This is good.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
good. Do me a
Today is a
favor.
wonderful day.
Yeah, man. I want you to do me a favor and just share, your background, professional background, where you're from, that kind of thing. I think that'd be a great way to start.
Yes, my professional background is in finance, and originally I'm from Washington, D.C., born and raised. And yeah,
So you decide to get in your own business. Why? Because I know you have a great career already. So why'd you make that jump?
the reason why I made that jump is because I wanted more for myself and for my family. More importantly, my mom. So, my mom, single mom, she raised me and my sister. So, the one thing I've always wanted for them was just freedom because I know it was possible. So, that's what I want for them.
Okay, so when you figured that out, how old were you when you figured out that you wanted to do your own thing?
I mean, pretty young. I'll be honest with you. It's probably since maybe like 15, 16 when they used to do MTV Cribs.
Oh man, there's a throwback for those who know. Okay, got it. Okay, and the lifestyle thing. Okay, so you get in your own business. Let me ask you a question, and I think this is important for anyone that's looking to do their own thing. What did it take for you to transition from corporate mentality to business mentality? 'Cause it's a shift, right? So what was the shift?
Yeah. So, the number one shift I believe is just is the desire. Like everything starts with a desire, right? So just having a desire to want more and just seeing that it's possible, and then the mentorship, like seeing having people like you in my life, just to see that it's possible, knowing that you took kind of the same path. You went from corporate to having your own business, and seeing that it's possible, and the things that you did for your family. So that just lets me know it's possible for myself, and I just made that shift. Like I can do it. I can do it. And once you start, having that desire and start believing, I believe everything starts from there.
Okay, so there are other people, right, that have that same, they want more, but
Mhm.
why do you think they don't jump?
I think honestly, I think it's because of fear. I think that sometimes we have this fear of we can't do something because of something we've done in the past, and because it didn't work in the past, we take it with us in the future. And because of that, I think a lot of people just they be afraid to take that step, that next step that could actually change their life.
Okay, so and I wholeheartedly agree because I see it literally every single day. What have you done to fortify yourself away from that thinking?
Well, the number one thing I believe is just personal development, and that's what I've learned through entrepreneurship, and that's what I've learned through again mentorship, like people like yourself, just teaching me about personal development, teaching me about the right books to read, the right audios to listen to, and just literally waking up every morning and listen to something to get my day on the right track, starting the day right, and that's what's been working for me.
Okay. All right. So you're reading books, okay. You're getting your day started right, okay. But then there's the work, right? Because you work 9 to 5 and then you're doing
Right.
something else five, whatever, right? There's a different
Correct.
level of work that you've got to put in.
Yeah.
That's just different. I mean, it's just different, right? Could you give me an
Yeah.
idea of your schedule? Like, what kind of schedule are you keeping right
So right now, I work from about 7:30 to about 4:35, and what I do is I during my lunch breaks, because we get lunch breaks. During my lunch breaks, I do my best to fill that time in with work, or as far as business work. Like, since that is my hour, I take that hour for myself and my business. And then when I get off, I go straight to doing my business. So I take those off hours that usually could be reserved for going to play basketball or going to watch TV, which are all, it's cool things. I have no problem with that. But I just decided to use that time to build my business so that, I can have a better future for myself and my family.
Man, I'm so glad you said that because you talk to people, and sometimes the thinking is I don't have time, but it's what they're really saying is I don't see value. I don't see value in me taking the time that I know that I have doing whatever I'm doing to do something else. The fact that you just said that about working during your lunchtime. I I mean, if you think about it, like that's such a very sensible thing, but you have to be motivated enough to say, I'm gonna not just sit and eat my sandwich. I'm gonna go over here and go build this. But in the path of you building it, not everyone's gonna be on your choo-choo train, and not everybody's gonna be believing in what you're doing. So, I know it's like to have some haters or some doubters or some whatever, and sometimes those folks, is it fair to say that some of the people that you thought would be 100% backing you up weren't necessarily backing you up the way you thought? How did you deal with it when something that happened?
Oh, that's 100%. I definitely thought that some of the closest people in my life would say yes, and unfortunately, they didn't support me. And basically, through, like I said, personal development and just growing myself mentally every day, and talking to my mentor, talking to you, just like, all right, how do I navigate this? Like, how do I make this work? Um, you just come to find out that it's something that you can overcome. That at the end of the day, is just an emotion, and I believe that sometimes when your family are not supportive and the friends that are around you that are not supportive, I really just believe it's because they just see you a certain way, and when you try to get out that box, they like, oh no, we can't. I don't see you that way, so how can I support you that way? So I think that's just what it is. But no harm, no foul. That's just they don't always mean bad, but hey.
Man, you just said so much, Mario. You said they have you in a box and they just see you that way. And so how are they going to support you basically in this new way that you're becoming? Man, that was a nugget. That was like one of those lines where you just sit and I'm processing that in my head because you're so right. They sometimes they don't support because they want you in that box. So here's what I just thought about when you said that was that when you give up on whatever that thing is that you are wanting to do outside of that box, you're putting yourself right back in that box.
Correct. Correct.
Dang. So what do you see for Mario Perry 2025, 2030, 2035? What do you see for yourself?
So honestly, I just see complete freedom for myself and my family. But I also see freedom for others. So in the business that we get to work in, we get to help other people. So I get to see myself and others just being able to just live the life that we want to. There's so many things that we see that are on TV that we see, like some of these other entrepreneurs doing, and you see on Instagram, you see these luxury vacations and these travels, like all this stuff is possible. And that's what I see for myself, my family, and everyone that I get to help in business, just having a better quality of life, just being able to do what you want when you want, and never having to worry about finances.
And one of the things I appreciate about you, Mario, is that even though you get into business to make more money, you're so clear that it's not about money. You keep talking about quality of life and better wanting a better life for myself and my family. And like at no point do you talk about just material things. You're talking about things that really, in my opinion, really hit at the heart of why I think people do what they do anyway if they want to be successful. It's really for other people that they care about. Man, I just want to acknowledge you because to see at such a young age the level of thinking that you have. It's just rare. It's rare for people twice your age to not only have an idea of where they want their life to go, but the courage to go for it and the willingness to stay committed to it. So, brother, I'm just proud of you. I'm excited for your future. I'm grateful that you took time to hop on here. And I want to be an entrepreneur. My schedule and my traditional life is crazy. My business life is, or my corporate life is crazy. Maybe I'm a seasoned person in my company. Maybe I'm a young person just starting out. But out there, like for me, what could you give me as a last word?
What I would say is number one, just decide what you want, and from there, build your schedule around it. If it's something that you want, just really build your schedule around it, and then just go for it. Because I know, we all can be super busy, but we also have those pockets of time when we have those 30 minutes, and that 30 minute when you just want to sit down, be like, let me turn on Netflix. It's that same 30 minutes that I believe you can use to just do something for your business, like just doing something little every day. I believe it just adds up, like consistency. Doing something consistently, it just adds up over time. It's like when the water is dripping in that bucket, it just adds up. So I believe that, if you're in the corporate life and you believe you don't have a lot of time, well, just number one, decide what you want, and then just build your schedule around it, and just take those little pockets of time and utilize them to building towards the life that you want.
Wow, man, you just gave me something. When I was growing up in Jamaica, my there was a friend of the family, and there was like a well. You pump and water. You have to give it all this effort up front. But when he was done, he'd always take a bucket and put it underneath the faucet. And I remember one day asking, "Why are you doing that?" And he said, "Waste no water." And that's what you just talked about. Those drips over time, waste no water. Man, I appreciate you, Mario. Congratulations on your thinking, what you're doing, and I'm excited to see what you will do in the future. It's awesome. Congrats on everything.
Thank you, Mr. Adam. I appreciate you. And I just want to say to you, man, I appreciate you for everything you've done for me. Like, you're just the most amazing person I know in business and in life. And I look up to you, and I'm thankful for everything that you've done to help me grow my business and help me grow myself. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you more. Thank you, sir. God bless.
All right.